Boom.
Boom. Drop that microphone. We haven't even started yet.
I know, but we are live. Boom.
Boom. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Bishop
And I'm David.
with another Markham Moment. We're coming to you live.
From sunny Augusta, Maine.
Yep. We're on our deck. We're enjoying the warm weather.
Headed out to Booth Bay soon.
Yep. Gonna go walk the botanical gardens. Gonna go have some time at the water. Family's coming down. We're all gonna go and have some just relaxing day. But we wanted to bring another episode, another mini section of the series that we're doing of CBD. We've learned a lot about it in a very short period of time. We've done a lot of research into it for ourselves, and so we could talk about it with other people. As if you're interested in getting off of prescription medications and doing a more homeopathic direction, CBD supplements might be the right thing for you. Always consult your doctor before this one here.
A little earthquake there. Just hang on. Aftershocks. Sorry.
Always consult your doctor
before
making any changes in your medications or adding something in. That's just, we're not doctors.
Mm-hmm.
But you should definitely educate yourself, and that's what this is all about, just to help you do that. Do your own research as well.
Yeah, and one thing to realize is that CBD is not the magic bullet. You have to take care of yourself. You have to eat right. You have to really take your health seriously, and CBD is just something to add into it to help out. So it's not a patch.
Yeah. So the last episode we did was all about different ways of taking it. Not about taking it, but different ways of what look for when you're going to buy it. So look at that one. That'll help you understand, looking up if it has lab results, how to prove how much CBD is actually in the product, what it's made with, how it's made, is it FDA approved so you can carry it with you if you're traveling outside the state, things like that.
We already covered that.
Yep, so look at that one for that one.
You gotta go to the first one for that one.
Yep, so
We're moving on.
Yeah, so this one is some of the things that we have seen research into that we've seen that it's having a positive effect with, if not taking people off medication because it's working for them instead of, but also that aspect, but also testimonials from people that we know personally that have had fantastic results with CBD, and several people have gone to their doctors and the doctors said, wow, this is incredible, you're having great results. Yep. So, anything you want to add?
No, I'm just listening.
Oh,
it's fascinating.
It is
all this information you've got.
There's a lot of it. There's a lot of information out there, and there's a lot to it. So, like David said, it's not a magic pill, magic bullet, magic anything. Mm-hmm. It's something that works well with your body. So in your body, you have a endocannabinoid system, right? Mm-hmm. It runs all the way through your body, and it affects different areas of your body. And in that system, there's all those receptors, and the CBD, which is just one of many components out there, that the CBD molecules get pulled into receptors, CB1 and CB2 receptors throughout your body. CB1 receptors are more prevalent in one area of the body, CB2 are more prevalent in another area of the body, but overall they cover your whole endocannabinoid system. Mm-hmm. So what happens is the CBD goes into your body and it goes to those areas and it helps reduce inflammation. The root of most issues that we face is inflammation. So if you could take the inflammation out, that think about your breathing. If your lungs are inflamed, how much air you're actually bringing in, and how much is that actually going through your body to your brain. If you're having a sore muscles or tension, and the oxygen, the inflammation so much that the oxygen and it restricts the blood flow going to that part of your area of your body, is it healing as fast? So inflammation is the number one issue when it comes to healing, that I think of. When I've done my research and things I think about, inflammation really kind of comes to the root of a lot of issues. So if you get rid of the inflammation, the body can go back to homeostasis and start healing. So, yeah? Thoughts on that?
I totally agree.
He always tells me I talk too much, but every time I give him an option. But yeah, so homeostasis is where you want to be. That's when your body is back to balance. That's when everything in your body is no longer tilted, it's back. So you got to think of a mobile. You got mobile pieces all over the place, all the way down, and they're all holding different areas of your body together. And as one thing goes out of balance, it affects everything that's connected to that part of the mobile. So we want to bring everything back into homeostasis, so it's all flat, so all the bars are flat and everything is where it's supposed to be. Homeostasis is a great place to be. CBD helps you do that naturally. It's a plant extract that comes out of the cannabis family. You can find it in hemp and you can find it in marijuana. They both have their purposes. And we encourage you to research both of them and find out what's right for you. What we're talking about, for the purpose of what we're talking about, it's about commercialized hemp and finding it in a product that is
Industrial hemp.
Industrial hemp. You want to find a product that is something that is eco-friendly, something that is not endangering the hurting the earth. Is one of my kind of things. You want to find something that how it's made and what it's made with is not doing more damage to your body. So for us, having it made with MTC coconut oil, with medium chain triglycerides is the MTC part. That really helps your body absorb it much easier. So all those things are kind of important. Watch the first video to learn more about that part. But you want to make sure you're doing your research, finding the right stuff, so you're not still ingesting something that has been stripped out of a plant with chemicals, leaving behind chemical residue, which can cause neurotoxicity problems, neurological problems in your body. So some of the benefits that we've heard so far, what have you heard?
I can say what I've experienced for my sleep has been fantastic, and I'm one of those people that would wake up 2 to 3 times a night, have a hard time about falling asleep. And since taking CBD for these 2 weeks, I've slept through the night entirely, as far as I remember, waking up refreshed.
He slept very well, let me just tell you.
I hear increases snoring. That might be one of the side effects of it, but you know what? We can live with that.
We can live with that.
But yeah, for me, sleep, it's been fantastic, and I've noticed something spiritually in my meditation practice. I'm slipping into that meditative state much easier, and all I contribute that to is to being more relaxed and letting a lot of that monkey mind go away. So I'm doing a blog right now that talks about the spirituality of CBD, and you can find that on our Shaman's Garden website on Facebook. So definitely take a look at that.
So I want to talk about that. I have a list of all these things I want to talk about, and it's really hard for me to stay focused because there's so many parts of it, and we could really be here for a very long time talking about each individual section of what does this do and how does that affect you and all of that.
CBD will help your focus.
It'll help you focus.
It does do that. So the
endocannabinoid system, it's our bodies have one already built into it. Our body produces cannabinoids, which is something new to me. I didn't realize that.
Hi, Penny.
Until I started doing the research. Hi, Penny. Hi, everybody. There's so many
Amy's
of you.
Out there.
Okay?
Yeah, we got a bunch.
So this time, just to stop that for a moment, write your comments, write your questions, all that. We'll get back to you after we're done, because this time we don't have David on the computer. We're both here in front of you.
It's our day off.
I know. But I did want to do this. I know it's our day off, but I wanted to really get this information out there to you. We have this system in our body. When our body goes into, if you ever heard of the runner's high, when people start jogging and they get into that moment where they're not fighting it, they're running and everything is going great, and they're in that bliss moment, your body produces cannabinoids naturally. They go through your body and they are attracted into the CB1, CB2 receptors, and they bring you into that bliss moment. Meditation does the same thing. Once you start meditating and you get into that moment of meditation where time melts away, that's when the bliss moment kind of falls right in. Your body's producing cannabinoids, and that goes through your body and brings in that purpose of bringing you back into homeostasis. So there's different times when your body actually does it naturally. It just doesn't do it in a really high concentration. So sometimes we need help with that, and that's where you're having extracts from the hemp plant, or whatever plant you want to go with for our purposes, hemp, will help bring up the amount of levels of CBD and other cannabinoids to help bring you into homeostasis. So the fact we have that built into us already, knowing that that's a great place to be. And what's interesting about that place is you're farther away from stress. When you're meditating or you're in that runner's high or other places, other ways of getting there. Once you're in there, you're away from the stress. And stress is one of the biggest things. We put stress on ourselves for everything. What am I gonna have for dinner? I have to go to work today. I have to do the laundry. I have to do the dishes. Thank you, by the way, for doing most of that. So it's all about the
CBD.
stress. So getting rid of the stress in your life is a huge way of getting yourself back in your homeostasis naturally. But because most of us can't just not do the dishes or laundry, and we still have to go to work, and we have other issues going on in our personal lives. Yes, that would be me. So that is just something that you want to think about, how stress affects us. One of the things stress does is it increases our cortisol levels, which if you see people who are stress eating, things like that, if they're gaining weight in the middle section here, cortisol will increase that part, will increase weight gain. But by bringing the stress levels down, it reduces that. Naturally, it's not a weight loss. It should never be used as that. It brings you back to your normal state, which your normal weight would be. This is just one of the avenues in which it affects your body. So getting rid of stress, once again, will reduce your risk. Getting rid of inflammation, once again, will reduce your risk of other things. And CBD helps you do all of that. It brings you back into that balance. So that was some of what I want to talk about. Some of the other things. What else?
Oh, my mind's drawing a blank.
There's a lot to it.
There's a lot.
There's a lot to it. So, but some of the things I wanted to talk about were lowering blood pressure. So there was a gentleman that his testimonial, and I want to say testimonial, these are the people that have been living with certain situations, conditions for however long, short term, long term, and it's their testament to how CBD has helped them. I just want to repeat some of that to you that I've heard. And one of them is a gentleman who's had high blood pressure for years, on top of being on other medications. He started taking CBD 9 months ago, and he is now, he has the best, lower blood pressure, but the best blood pressure results that he's ever had in years and years and years. So he is going to be able to come off some of his medications just by taking something that's an all-natural natural plant. So this is just one of those things. If you're suffering from some things like that, that's something to be interested in. I would be interested in that. Cortisol, stress hormone, is produced by stress. That affects, for one of our other friends, her story was about being a type 1 diabetic, and cortisol, having stress, required her to take more insulin. But by reducing the stress level, reducing the cortisol that your body's producing, it didn't fight or block the insulin. So she went from, I don't know what a high and low dosage, because I don't know that well enough, but she went from taking 62 units down to taking 7, possibly 10. That's a huge, huge reduction. So there are people in my family who are diabetic. There are many people we meet, and this has really helped them. Being on CBD, lower the amount of insulin they're taking, so they're not become insulin resistant and other things that can happen with that process. And it's also, for her, it's helped her get off from a few other medications because of this. So there are many benefits and many different things that you should think about and look into. So everybody's going to have their own symptoms, their own reasons why they're searching for this as a replacement or supplement to their dietary needs, to possibly moving off from prescription medications. When you put yourself back in homeostasis, the CBD and other cannabinoids go through and level everything out. When you're unbalanced in certain areas, let's say that this arm over here has something that's unbalanced hanging on it, you take a prescription medication, that medication targets that thing, that one issue. That's what this prescription medication is. It's not to target anything else. So when it fixes this, not naturally, when it brings this back up, it puts all these other things out of alignment. So whenever you see all these symptoms, like it can cause this, and this, well, those are all because when this works on here, it affects everything else. CBD brings it in, cannabinoids in general, bring them back into balance naturally. So you kind of want, CBD is fantastic by itself, but having a full spectrum product will bring in overall health throughout your body. So people, asthmatics, I've been hearing good things about people who have asthma, releasing the inflammation in the lungs. People with high blood pressure, reducing that, bringing that back down. The cortisol for people who are diabetic, helping there. We've had quite a few people coming in who have talked a lot about their personal stories and how it's affected them and with their medical needs. Something else to think about is there are certain things out there that can help us fight off cancer. Cancer is a big one. There's some things that can help do that naturally. We're not telling anybody that this is the cure or anything, but research so far, this is what research studies, because I'm all about that. Research has found that CBD can go in. What it does is it isolates off certain types, not all. I do not know that affects everything the same way. It's different for everybody. But what they found is studying certain type of cancer cells, it stops the cancer cells from growing and taking over new parts of the surrounding tissue. It weakens the cell wall of the cancer cell, so the outside wall here becomes weaker, and then it disintegrates and dies. And they call it the cancer cell death. And CBD has been shown in studies to move us towards that naturally in our bodies. They're doing it. They have been doing testing in rats right now, I believe, and I think they're moving into human trials. Ones that we reference and talk about that in the future. But that's something to think about as that can help. Another thing that can help is taking essential oils. Frankincense is a fantastic oil to take. That has had some other. They're doing studies on that on certain cancers as well. I personally have had somebody come in the shop and talk about that their family member, their mother, was given an extra year because the frankincense oil she was taking shrunk the tumor cells itself. Her mother didn't understand that that's what it was. The first round of radiation chemo didn't touch it, didn't shrink it. Her daughter came and saw us. I had mentioned something about this, and she started doing that. The next round did really well. The mother didn't realize it was a frankincense. She thought the procedures were working really well. She stopped taking the frankincense. The third round, it just was too much. Anyways, it was just a lot. So there's natural things that can help. I don't know all the science behind it, but there's things you should look into.
I think the biggest thing with CBD is pain relief. And there's a lot of things that cause pain, whether it is from cancer or fibromyalgia, lupus, Lyme disease, all of that. So if you can get rid of the pain and start the healing, it can help just about with anything that is wrong with the human body. And the basis is bringing you back to balance, and that's what you need to do, physically, spiritually, mentally. And CBD is a great alternative to other things that are out there. So why not look at it and see what it can do for you?
Yeah, and look into for kids too. The product we're working with is FDA approved as a supplement throughout the whole United States, and parents are giving that to their children, and it's all natural. It's a supplement. Anything, if you take too much, you just urinate it out. Your body can only use what it can use. But that's just something else that's been working for them. So just other options. And you're welcome to come into the shop, talk to us anytime, send us a message if that's something you'd like to learn more about with our knowledge, with what we have. But also, please do your research, look into it, see what's right for you, and talk to your doctor before making any major decisions. That's always the right thing. Okay?
So, should we wrap up? Yeah. We're going to go enjoy our day off.
Awesome.
So thank you all for being part of this.
Yep. Share
with your friends. This is going to be This is recorded, and it will be on our site. And then check out the Facebook group, CBD Shaman's Garden.
Yeah, we're posting some fun stuff in there, and we're going to build that group up. And please go in there, talk about your experiences and how it's helped you, or any questions you might have. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye.